Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Friday, May 30th. Happy Friday, everyone. It is 6:21 right now. We got market opening up in about 9 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. All right. Uh, uh, all right, looks good. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Links are sent out. All right, perfect. Looks like we are good to go here. So as people start to join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Going down to the 30-minute, down to the 15-minute, down to the 10-minute, and back down to the 1 minute here. All right, looks good. Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, May 30th. It is 6:25 right now. We got market opening up in about 5 minutes. Looks like people are still making their way in, otherwise it's a slow day today for people. Looks like people are just making their way in right now. Hey, Sam, morning. Hey, Shiva, morning. Let's see what is going on here. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Looks like people are still making their way in. Today is Friday, May 30th. It is 6:27 right now. Market's going to open up in about 3 minutes. I've marked up liquidity over here. Um, we had some high impact news this morning. ETR is currently at 15, so it's a little slow today. Um, I mean, we'll see what happens here when market opens up, but we did have high impact news kind of mixed up around here at 5:30. It was positive and negative. So I'll go ahead and mark that up over here. Got that marked up right there. Let's see what else we got here. We got more news at 6:45 and 7 o'clock. That's about it. 6:45 and 7 o'clock today. Let me go and mark up the market profile over here as well. All right, so market profile for today, we got the value high at 42,270. All right, this is gonna be a good sweep area right here. Price pushes up this high. We got the point of control at, let's see, 42,218. We got the value low at 42,195. Another value low right here at 42,164. Okay, so looking at the sweeps here, guys, I think this upper level over here is, or there's a couple levels up here. A nice sweep area would probably be like right here. We got market opening up in about a minute, guys, or about 20 seconds actually. The breakout for today is going to be a buy if anybody's looking to take it. Sweep area could be possibly right here or right here. There's going to be two areas of sweep around this area and this area right here, if anybody's looking to take that sweep there. So we'll see what happens here when market opens up. We got market now open. Again, breakout for today is a buy, it looks like. I'm going to go and mark up opening price there. This could be setting up for an MPSV2 for a buy as well. It's kind of a tricky market again, just like yesterday. Because the thing is, like, the levels are not leveled, right? And we have pointed, right now it's currently in the range, so it's actually looking good right now with regard to the market profile. The only problem here is we don't have liquidity kind of sitting around this area right now, right? So we have some areas for liquidity sweep up here. And we got some areas for liquidity sweep above even higher, but we don't have anything down here, so I'm not really looking for sweeps around this point, unless the point of control kind of gets, or the value low gets moved a little bit lower. So if price does push down lower and we get some adjustments here with the point of control and whatnot, then we may have possible opportunities for balance. Let's see, we have point of control down here too at, this was yesterday's point of control, 42.97. Yeah, it's kind of tricky because the confluences here don't really line up with the with the liquidity. So, I mean, just looking at where price is currently sitting right now, it's going to be a little some like good sweep areas. Like there could be a possible sweep right here. When price comes down to this point, there could be a possible sweep, but I would probably look for the sweep maybe around here because I think this is too close. I think the sweep maybe right here at the point of control or the sweep even lower at this liquidity level down here. It's not really a clean market like it's been over the past couple of days with regard to the sweeps. Typically, we want to see these liquidity sweeps happen around, where these lines are at. So, like, again, there's a liquidity right here, but I think this is too close. So, the sweep that we'd possibly be looking for would probably be down here in this area or right here. The ATR is currently 24 right now. So if you're looking for a sweep, again, this is going to be probably the first level. I probably wouldn't take it at this level. I'd probably take it down here if you're looking to sweep that. Yeah, Sam said last day of trading for the month and tariffs are back on, right? I know a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, causing a lot of this like craziness in the market. Sam also said I'll only take MPSV2 if any good one comes. Yeah, same here. You just got to be kind of careful, guys. This is the last trading day of May. Usually the first and the last of the month is kind of tricky because people are trying to offload their positions as contracts expire. And then also we have the tariff news. So the tariffs are off, now they're back on. Technically, they're supposed to go back on because the 90-day freeze is about to be up in June. So there's just a lot of things that are affecting the market one way or another. So you're probably going to see a lot of craziness happen throughout throughout the while here. So let's see. Let me go on the higher time frame real quick. I want to see where it's going right now. So, on the higher time frame, it's kind of flat actually. If you look at it here, let's go to the 1 hour. It's actually pretty flat. Let's take a look at the overall direction. So there's no direction right now with regard to entries, guys. The MPSV2 has not set up. In order for us to have an MPSV2, we need price to push back up to this upper area right here. We have a buy signal, retracement. We need price to come all the way back up here for a buy. Otherwise, if we get a sell signal here, then we can look for MPSV2 for a sell right down to these areas of liquidity. Looking here at the overall direction of trend, so the 4 hour time frame is currently bullish right now. It's bullish neutral. Price is in between the pivots. The trend meter is green. The pivots aren't necessarily angling up, but they are going sideways. Looking here on the 1 hour, it's currently bearish right now. Price is below the pivots. Trend meter is red. Pivots are angling to the downside. 30-minute over here, price is below the pivots. Trend meter is red. Pivots are angling to the downside. 10-minute here is neutral. 5-minute is neutral, and the 1 minute here is neutral as well. There's not really too much of a direction here, guys, with regard to overall, right? We have some directions that are pointing to the downside. We have a lot of directions that are pointing to the side. So they're basically bearish neutral overall. It's not all neutral. It's not all bearish or all bullish. It's bearish neutral. Higher time frames are bearish side and somewhat neutral. The middle time frames and lower time frames are pretty much straight neutral right now. So it's kind of hard to figure out which bias are you looking for at the moment. The good thing with this is that if price continues to, consolidate and go sideways right here, we can look for possible sweeps around this area. And again, like this area down here, if we do get down this low. So possible sweeps around this area. If price pushes up around this area right here above this green line, then we may have a possible MPSV2 setting up. The problem with this here is I would be careful with this MPSV2 because we have a possible sweep right here, right? So when price pushes up, you might want to be careful because price may sweep here and pull back into the range. This is going to be an area right here where I'm going to be looking for possible sweep if price does push up any higher. Let me make sure that the value high is supposed to be right there, 270. The value high looks like it moved lower actually. It's currently at, let me refresh this. I don't know why it looks kind of weird to me. Okay, so the value high is right here at 260 actually. So it did move down a little lower. It's currently at 260. Okay, yeah, so either way, this would probably be my sweep area that I'd be looking for. I'd probably go for this higher level of liquidity right here if price gets to this point. Um, So let me see if I could put this in over here. So entry, TP, stop loss. Profit target, stop loss. So this is going to be a possible sweep area that I'd be looking for. This is another possible sweep area right here because this is where the point of control is, but I think it's a little too close, so I wouldn't really want to mess with this area down here. But this up here could be a possible good area for sweep if anybody's looking to take that there. Another possible area for sweep would be down here, of course. Um, I'll copy this over. Like I'm looking for these outer levels to get hit for me to get this, these sweeps in. I'm not really looking to trade in the middle, because it's just a little too close. So the NPS V2 still hasn't came up yet. We're gonna play it cool. No need to force anything here, of course. Like I said, today's Friday, and it's the last day of May for trading, and tariffs are back on. So we have another possible sweep level which can also happen right here. I'm not gonna really be looking to take this here, at least not yet. Maybe if we do get this range pretty much established, then possibly, but another possible level of sweep right there. So it's going to be really tricky to take an MPSV2 here because if you do take an MPSV2 for a buy, when price gets to this upper level right here, like this is where you really want to be careful because if you do take an MPSV2 right here, while this may hit your TP, you may get a reversal right here before it hits TP because we have the point of control, which is right here. It's also a red flag. It's at opening price, right? So just be careful with the MPS V2s. I would probably be more aligned with the sweeps here versus the MPS V2s within this area because there's red flags all over the place, right? We have opening price right here. We got news coming up right here at 6:45. Probably not a good time to be taking these trades. Looking at 6:45, we have Chicago PMI. News is forecasted to be positive. So it's 44.6 previous for the last month, and its consensus here is going to be 45. So it's forecasted to be positive. Um, so, I mean, we'll see what happens here in a few. We got that news coming up in about 5 minutes. And it looks like we're establishing a range here. So there is a range there establishing. Again, we have a little bit of a messy chart today. This is kind of similar to yesterday. A little bit of a mess here. We are currently in this range. We have a lot of markups throughout the chart. Ideally, I don't like this many markups on the chart, but every markup here means something. So everything's here for a reason. It's not random, right? We have the point of control, we have the value high, we have the value low. We have prices pretty much ranging between the two value lows right here. I'll keep looking over here to see if there's any adjustments that I need to make. Um, Yeah, I mean, I'll just keep looking here to see if there's any adjustments that I need to make. I mean, obviously, some of these areas are going to be irrelevant because there's no liquidity in this area. So right now, 42,230 is where the point of control should be. 42,230. All right, obviously, so this thing here got moved up a little bit. 42,230, 42,210. Yeah, this is going to get moved up a little higher. All right, so the point of control is lined up right at where the liquidity is sitting right here, right? So this might be a good sweep area. The only thing is that, like I said, depending on how the volatility pushes, like this could be a good sweep area or this could be a good sweep area. So if this one here fails, like say for example, this here doesn't actually sweep, this would be the sweep area right here. So this is why it's a little tricky. You got to choose your sweep wisely, right? Because you could get in right here, and then this could possibly play out perfect. You can push out, reject off the liquidity right here for a sweep, and then pull back into the range. Otherwise, If price pushes up here, it can sweep from this point and then pull back to the range. I have half my risk, so I'm only taking half risk per trade, so I'm able to take two trades if I need to. Um, I just think, when it's too close like this, for me personally, I don't like taking the closer level of sweep. I prefer to take the farther level. Um, so I mean, we'll see. We got news coming up right here at 6:45. I mean, you probably want to be careful anyways, because if the news is positive, it will probably push up a little bit. So I think this would be a good push right here. Extension to the outside, and then reversal back down. Or if it's not a big push, we might get a push up right here to the sweep, and then it may push down from there. I mean, who knows? We'll see. We got news coming up in about 3 minutes. The main areas of sweep that I'm looking for are going to be up here and right here. I have the parameter set up. The entry would be at right here, TP stop loss, entry, TP stop loss. Again, this is another possible opportunity, but I'm not really looking to get in from right here. The MPS V2 still hasn't closed yet, guys. In order for the MPS V2 to close, it's got to close above here with the green candle. Looks like it's starting to come up right here. However, like I said, there's going to be red flags right here. We have opening price, and then we have a lot of these areas where price can bounce from. So the MPS V2 is now running, guys. It's currently active. There's an MPS V2 right here for a buy. So the buy MPS V2 is currently running right now. What you might get here, like we talked about earlier, is price may push up, possibly hit TP, and then sweep from there and come back down. So this could be like a double, basically a double header right there. You can get a buy to push up to hit the TP for the MPS V2, and then once it gets to the sweep, it'll probably sweep right here and come straight back down into the range. So this is actually, it looks like a pretty nice setup for MPS V2. There's just red flags around this area, and we have high impact news right here at 6:45. Christians had questioned if price is close to our limit order and news is to hit, should we cancel our order or leave it there? I would cancel the order. The volatility is too high. It might just blast through and hit your stop loss. Because if it's really bullish, it might blast right through, hit your stop loss, and then come back down. I still don't trade news because news is still unpredictable. The news could be positive and price can still push down, or news can be negative and price can push up. So for me personally, I wouldn't necessarily have anything waiting around news time. But again, it's up to preference. If you feel comfortable and you think that, it's not going to hit your stop loss, then of course you can still take it. But again, we got news coming up right here in about 10 seconds, guys. We got the high impact news event right here, or medium impact news Chicago PMI, which is inflation news coming up in a few moments. There goes the Chicago PMI right there. A little anticlimactic, not really too much going on there. Now we just got some more lines on the chart. Check news. News was negative, actually. It was very negative. So it's forecasted to be 45. It was actually 40.5. This doesn't necessarily mean price is going to come down, though. Price can still push up. And you can see right here, price is pushing up as we speak. So let's see if the MPS V2 hits TP. And then if it sweeps around this area, we'll see if it rides back down. So MPS V2 right there, full TP, even though the news was negative, it still hit TP right there. So full TP for the MPS V2. We'll see here if price comes back down. Again, like I said, the news was negative, so I probably would be careful about taking any entries around this area. I'd probably be looking for a possible sweep right here at 42,282. Let me see if I can maybe get my pending order up there. 42,282. All right, I'll put my settlement up there now.
Orders the
Let's wait to see if it gets filled on that point. So like I said earlier, you
submitted.
might want to be a little careful around this area. I'm gonna take this off real quick. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. So I'm trying to get in right here at this sweep area. The sweep area is gonna line up with the Asia high. So we got liquidity sitting right there. I got my pending order right here at the 42,282. I'll look for price to possibly sweep. We had the MPSV2 right here hit full TP. It's rejecting directly off the value high right here. So price might sweep right here off the value high, but then price may come back up and retest the upper area. So I'm gonna leave this high here for now because we'll see if price pushes back up higher from where it's currently at. Eventually, we are expecting price to turn though. So like I said earlier, I wouldn't take the sweep at this lower area. I would wait for it to push up higher to the next level. Nice. Talanji got in for 25. Nice work, Talanji. All right, so the sweep area didn't get touched yet. Price did sweep right here from the value high. That's pretty much where our confluence would have been at. So confluence is right there at the 260. Price came up right there, 260, bounced directly off it. I was looking for price to push up a little higher past the value high and then come back down from there. But price did bounce off the value high. We'll see if a retest will happen around this upper area. We have more news coming up right here at 7 o'clock, guys. So in about 11 minutes, we have more news. Might have to cancel my order right there because it's not looking like it's going to fill just yet. Forecasted news for the Michigan consumer sentiment is negative. I think this will be right spot on because we did have negative news here for Chicago PMI. So we'll see what happens here in a few. Um, I mean, if this is the case, it looks like the range here might have pushed out a little further, and I'll follow until I have to maybe cancel my order. But I'll be watching here. Got about 10 minutes. Let's see. Sam said, "Do you see a sweep upward, then a dump and a dump then, Sean?" Um, I mean, possibly. Well, yeah, I don't know when you sent that message. Sam, I don't know if you said if this is the analysis, but my analysis here was for MPSV2 to the upside and then sweep to the downside here. Um, so yeah, if that was the case and you sent your message before this happened, then yes, I agree with that. With this here, I don't really see any sweeps from the bottom. So I don't see any bottom sweeps here. Let me see. Yeah, not quite. I mean, there's going to be sweeps here, but my sweeps don't, I mean, there's going to be some levels of sweep right here. So if that's your analysis after this has happened, then possibly yes. Right here, price may come down, sweep this area and push back up. Um, or in my situation, I want the lower sweep, so I'd be looking for price to come down here, sweep from here and pull back into the range. So you guys can see my range right here down the middle, right? Price is respecting my range down the middle right here. So price came up, swept this area from the value high, and then it pulled back into the range. This is where it becomes a little tricky because the thing is the sweep could happen in a lot of places. The sweep can happen at the value high, but for me, I like to be a little more on the safer side in case price pushes past the value high. And that's why my sweep happened up here, or what it was going to happen up here. So like depending on your risk appetite, right? Like I said before, your risk appetite really depends on like where you want to enter from. Because you could have entered from right here. I mean, it looks like if you entered from this sweep, you probably still would have survived it. Or if you took this one right here, this kind of could have been where your entry would have came from as well. But like I said, there's going to be different areas where you can catch sweeps from. It just depends on your risk appetite. If you want to take the earlier sweep, so be it. You can take the earlier sweep. But if you take the earlier sweep, there can be possibility of you getting stopped out. For me personally, I like to get the far end of the sweep. So like instead of getting in right here, I want to get it out here. For example, down here, I can get in from right here, I can get in from right here, but I'd rather get in from down here. Because what happens a lot of times is when you're trading around news is you get manipulation, right? You get price that instead of bouncing from here, you get some sort of news spike where price kind of comes down to here, it spikes down super sharp, and then I look for that sweep from that lower end. But what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for price to return back to the range. So like every time I see a sweep here, like for example, price pushes up, I'm looking for price to push up, sweep, and come back down. And then same for the other side. I'm looking for price to come down, sweep here, and come back into the range. I'm always looking for price to return to this middle area right here. That's why I have these sweeps kind of on the farther ends. But again, you guys can take sweeps wherever they may be. I'm going to cancel this order right here, guys, because I don't think price is going to push up anytime soon. And then we have news coming up in about 8 minutes. So I have sweeps on both sides, right? I have a possible sweep right here. We're in a ranging market, so it's fine to have sweeps on both ends right here. So my order was canceled. I'm no longer waiting for this sweep here to get filled, at least not yet, because we do have news coming up in about 8 minutes. So I mean, after news passes, possibly I'll look for price to come here and sweep. If it doesn't happen that way, then it's completely fine. I'm not going to be too worried about that. There's going to be another area of sweep again right here. So there's a lot of liquidity now kind of hanging out around this area, right? It's going to be right at the value high. What I'm going to be looking for here is I'm going to be looking for these levels to be adjusting, because as we get closer to 7 o'clock, these levels here are going to adjust a little bit. The value low is at 180. So we have a value low right here. I'm going to take off the lower level because it's pointless. I don't need that lower level. The value low is right here at 180. Actually, I guess I could leave that up just for now. So we got a value low right here at 180 and then at 160. The thing is, there's no confluences around, there's no liquidity in this area, so it's kind of pointless right now. It's not useful to us. We have one level of liquidity right here, so I mean, there's just a bunch of bounce areas. If you look at all of these like lines that go from left to right, these dotted lines, these are going to be areas like bounce points for price. If you're looking for an MPS V2, guys, we have a possible MPS V2 setting up right here for a sell. For today so far, we've only had one entry right here, MPS V2. There's no sweeps that have came up that I've personally looked to take. I'm looking for these sweeps that are down above here or down here. We got price pushing back up right here. This may try to attempt to sweep this area. The only problem again is we have high impact news coming up right here at 7 o'clock. We have Michigan consumer sentiment. This is going to be more high impact than what happened here at 6:45. It's forecasted to be negative. I'm also confirming that it's probably going to be negative on my analysis as well, mainly because we have the Chicago PMI here, which was negative. So we have inflation news here, which was negative. I'm expecting consumer sentiment to be even more negative. But we'll see what happens here in a few. We have about 5 minutes until news. I'm tempted to get into the sweep here, before news happens, but I don't want to be in the position when news actually happens. So this is going to be a little bit of a going to be a little tricky here. So if you guys want to take the sweep, again, the sweep will probably happen around this area. There's 3 levels of sweep here, so you don't have to go for the highest level like me. I mean, if you don't even want to go for these levels here, you can go for the sweep up here, right? This is where it becomes a little tricky. Like I said earlier, if you have multiple levels hanging out, I mean, this is the farthest level right here. So for me, if I was to lose this trade, I'll probably get back in right here. Or if I get confirmation of the sweep, up there, if I lose, I'm taking half risk. So I'm able to take 2 trades like that. Um, but we'll see. I don't know. We have 5 minutes. So I don't think the volatility is going to push up that far. I mean, maybe it will, maybe it won't. We really can't say for sure, at least not at this very moment, we can't really say for sure. So we're currently at this upper range right now. There's no MPS V2 here for a sell. You can see price push down, retraced up, never confirm back down. We have a pending buy signal right here. So if this buy signal right here ends up closing, we may have possibility of continuation to the upside. But there's no MPS V2 right here for a sell yet. All right, so again, we have a pending buy signal right here. We have news coming up in about 4 minutes, guys. It's going to take some time. We'll probably have to wait a little bit. But we'll see if the sweep ends up happening around this upper area. So again, if you guys are just joining in or if you guys are just getting familiar with these sweep areas. Basically, what I'm looking for price to do here is if price pushes up from this area, I'm looking for price to sweep liquidity and pull back into the range. However, if price pushes down, I'm looking for price to pull below here, sweep this area and pull back into the range. These aren't the only levels of sweep though. There's multiple levels here. So if depending on your risk appetite, if you want to get in earlier, you can get in from here. If you want to get in a little after that, you can get in from here. If you want to go for the actual liquidity sweep that I'm looking for personally, it'd be at this lower level. I'm going for the outer ranges. So I'm not getting in too close. So here's the downside. If you go for the outer ranges like me, there's a strong possibility that you may miss the trade because the sweep can happen right here. The sweep can happen right here. The sweep can happen right here. So it just depends on how risky do you want to be? Do you want to get in earlier? Do you want to get in later? Because you're either going to get in later and you may miss the trade completely. You may get in early and you might hit your stop loss because price may reach the next level. Again, it's really going to be up to preference. We have news coming up here in about 3 minutes. So I might have to sit out of this one right here, unfortunately. I mean, we'll see what happens with news. I think the volatility here might die down a little bit. So we might just get priced to flatline around this area and not really move very much until news happens. We got news in about 2 minutes, guys, or a minute and a half, actually. Michigan consumer sentiment forecasted to be negative. I'm also confirming that analysis for negative news. So this could be a possible. Let me see how far are we from the liquidity. I mean, we're pretty close. We're about 50 points from it. The tricky market because we have news so close to each other. All right, so again, there's gonna be kind of some areas right here for sweeps to possibly happen. Either you get in from here down the middle, either you get in from the actual sweep zone, or if you want to wait even longer, there is another level up here for possible sweep. Levels here haven't adjusted at all, so leave that as is for now. 180, 160. All right, looks like we're not going to get much of a movement here. We'll probably have to wait until news happens here at 7 o'clock. With about 40 seconds till news. Yeah, price is flatlining. It's doing pretty much what we anticipated. It seems like a lot of people are just waiting for the news release to come out. And we'll see how market reacts to the news. We got news in about 15 seconds. Price is pushing right back into the range here. So like I said before, guys, I'm always expecting price to pull back into this lower range here. There's an MPSV2 that came up, but I wouldn't take it. It was right at news. And there we go. Big spike in price right there. There goes the news price as the price goes up. News was negative, or no, it was positive actually. It was slightly positive. So it was forecast to be 51 as 52.2. So it was actually the same as last month. So mixed news right there. We'll see here, if price ends up moving at all. The sweep area is still up here on this point, so it's just tricky. It's too close to news right now. It's too close to news. I don't want to put my pending order there just yet. See if there's any adjustments here. Not really. It's about the same. 42,200. All right, we got price pushing close to my liquidity sweep area right here. It's not quite there yet. This is gonna be a little tricky because the news is positive, so you might get a bullish push here. I don't know if I want to get in right away because I want to see how if the market keeps pushing up because of the news. So I'm just gonna follow it. I'm not gonna get in yet. I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna see how price reacts to it. It's not there yet, but I mean, what might happen is price might push up to this higher level and then sweep from here because we might get, obviously the news push right here. So if you guys want to take it, feel free to get in right there. I'm not going to take it yet. I'm going to wait because we're just way too close to news right now. I mean, the sweep might just happen right here and it might take off without us. So the sweep might have happened right here at this middle level, or not, maybe not. Maybe it'll push up even higher. This is why it's a little tricky when you're going against news because the news is positive. It's hard to take sells right here because you don't really want to go against the news. If price continues to follow where news is going, then you might get screwed because this thing might just blast right through. You might have some people are just like bandwagon onto this news push, and then price might just start climbing very high. Nick said 3 or 5 minutes for news to play out. Yeah, typically I'd like to see around 10 minutes, but 3 to 5 minutes could be a good gauge too as well. Personally, I like to wait for about 10 minutes, but we'll see. 'Cause I also don't want to miss the move either if it ends up coming back down. So we'll see. If the sweep didn't fill right here, price may push up a little higher. So this could be the possible sweep zone right here. Like I said, the sweep can happen at any of these levels right here. It can happen here. It can happen at the lower level. For me, ideally, I'd like to get in at the higher level right here, 42,282. Let's see. I'll be watching it. 7:03. 3 minutes have passed so far. So it looks like the sweep might be taking off already, guys. Looks like the sweep might have happened from this middle level right here. I mean, we'll see. If it doesn't take off from that level, then, maybe we can get in from this upper one right here. But it looks like the sweep may be happening from this mid level. Price came up, swept. We'll see if it hits. Looks like the 30 is about to get hit right there. Or not. So my sweep still hasn't gotten filled yet, guys. My sweep is from up here. Or that's the sweep that I was looking for. Again, I don't really want to get in yet because I'm watching, market react to the news. But my sweep level is up here. It's lined up with the Asia high. This was the earlier sweep, one of the mid levels that would have gotten filled already. See, this thing right here, I would have pulled out of the sweep already. If you guys are still in this sweep from this mid level, I would have pulled out. Because the thing is, you want the sweep to happen right away. You want it to come, grab liquidity, come right back down. If it doesn't come right back down right quickly, then you should probably just close it out and then maybe get in for a higher point. Yeah, Sam said watch out for the NPSV2, no point in risking because there is an NPSV2 coming up right here, guys. So I'm probably not going to get in on the sweep right here. Let me see where this MPSV2 is going to push out from. So we had a buy signal, retracement, confirmation. Thanks, Sam, for the heads up on that MPSV2. Okay, if this MPSV2 closes, then I might move my sweep a little higher. So I might move my sweep to up here. It's tricky. There's conflicting analysis here right now. There's conflicting analysis here right now that if this closes green, this is going to be an MPSV2. So this is where it's going to be really tricky because if you want to get this here for a sweep, I mean, this could line up. There's just double analysis right here. This technically could hit both ways. So here's the MPSV2 currently running up right now. This could hit both ways. What I'm going to do is I'm going to watch it. And then if it comes back down, I'll be entering right here. So I'm going to let this MPSV2 hit. And then if it returns back down for the sweep, I'll be looking to take this. I'm going to write it back down for the sell, for the sweep. So right here at the sweep right now, I want this to push up, hit TP, and then I want it to come back down. See, this is tricky. My sweep just got filled, but I didn't want to go against the the NPS V2. I don't want to fade my own analysis. This is where it becomes tricky because you got to choose one or the other. Or if you want to wait, like what I'm doing, what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for the TP to get here, hit for the NPS V2. And then if it comes back down, I'm going to take it for a sell, looking for something like this to happen. But we've got conflicting analysis here. NPS V2 for a buy and then sweep for a sell. Depending on what you're looking for here, they're both kind of running alongside each other. Yeah, exactly. Brock said, yeah, mild paralysis. It's tough because like I want both of them to hit. So I'm gonna wait for this one to hit first. Technically, this could possibly be some drawdown for the sweep, but we do have an MPS V2 here pushing up. There we go. So the MPS V2 full TP right there. If it comes back down, I'll be looking to take this back down to the range. So MPS V2 full TP for 30 points. If I see this pull back strongly, I'll be looking to get in here for a sell. Probably just have to get in for a market order. Let's see this. All right. If this sweep doesn't get filled, I'm gonna go in for this sweep up here. So if this here pushes up higher, I'm gonna get in for a sweep at this upper level. But if it closes below the liquidity here, I'll probably ride this back down to the range. Because this will allow for both of the trades to hit. NPSV2 already hit full TP. Now I'm looking for the sweep to come back down here. All right, price hasn't pulled back down yet. So I'm looking for two levels of sweep. I'm looking for price to either come back down to this level. If it touches this area right here, I'll write it back down. If price doesn't touch this area, I'll look for a sweep up here. So the next sweep area is going to be at 30.25. So I'm watching. I'm not in the position yet. I'm either going to get in from right here if price pulls back down, or I'm going to get in for a sweep up here at 325. All right, let's see. Volatility is a little low. Still watching for it here. All right, price pushes up higher. My sweep's going to be up here. I'm going to move it back up higher. I'm not in the sweep yet. It's going to be at 325. Either price pulls down, I get in for a market, or price pulls up and I get my sweep in at 325. ATR is currently at 25 right now. All right, not really getting too much volatility here. There's going to be a move though. Market's going sideways right now, so it's either going to push up, grab that liquidity from the top, or it's going to come back down and sweep this level that's currently active, and then go back to the range below. There's not really much happening here. I'm gonna get in from right here.
Order filled.
See if this here sweeps from here. If it doesn't sweep from here and it stops me out, it's fine because I got half risk on. I'll try to get in from the higher level. So I'll try to get in at 325 if this is the case. I'm hoping it comes down from this point. We got a pending sell signal right here. See, target will be at 312. Yeah, I'm in for a sell, Lila. I'm looking for the sweep here to fill. So this is the sweep that we were trying to get into from earlier. I try to get in from right there. If this sweep doesn't actually sweep below, I'm going to try to get in again from this level up here. The price did come back down and touch this level, so I was hoping that it would sweep right back down from where it's at. All right, so I got stopped out of that one. I'm gonna try to get in from this upper level sweep.
Stop filled.
See if I can back in from right here. So I took half risk on this. The risk isn't like super big on this one.
Order filled.
I try to get back in from this area right here. Looking for the sweep to fill on this one. We got a big spike right here. I'm not sure if there's anything that caused, I mean, obviously the news was positive for the news earlier, but let me check CNBC real quick. Any updates? Don't really see any updates here. No other news. Yeah, nothing really. All right, price is sitting right there at the second level of the sweep area. So with my trades here, guys, I've been taking half risk. So gonna recoup this here if necessary. So I'm looking for the sweep here to get filled on this one. Where is the profit level? 195. Just moves down a little bit. All right, let's see if this here pulls back down. So it looks like, yeah, the sweep here is starting to play through. Like I said, it depends on the level that you guys are looking to take here. There's like multiple levels for sweep at this point. The ATR is currently at 26, so I might have to go for a smaller. Actually, I might leave this. Just trying to adjust the, I want to see what the 26 is at. 26 or 25, I guess. This would be a 25. I might hold on to it for the 25 got hit right there, guys. If anybody caught that, Brock confirmed a triple top from the up end. So Brock is holding it. 25 points got hit right there already. ATR is currently at 26. We'll see if the full 30 here gets hit. Might get a little more on this one. All right, this sweep's kind of running for a bit. It's almost there. Shabam City, I took the upper level of solid entry, and he saw the triple top as well. I got in for 25 on that one. 300. Adjust that to the 25. Yeah, this sweep's been running for too long. It's time to get out. ATR is currently at 24, so the ATR is getting lower. Volatility is starting to slow down a little bit. Check if the point of controls over here. So we got, let's see, there's no adjustment here. It's still at 260. The point of control is at 228, and the value low is at 180. So there hasn't been any adjustments here for the market profile. We got price coming back down. Let's take a look at the overall. Overall, I mean, the higher time frames are still kind of neutral. They're right down the middle. Not really too much there. So we got the lower time frames, which are super bullish, the higher time frames, which are bearish neutral. Not really too much going there. Looking at the market profile over here, yeah, there's not really too much going on. Let me back up a little bit. I'm here on the 1 minute market profile now. Yeah, the levels haven't really adjusted. Levels are still kind of where they are, where they've been. Looks like it's coming back down further from there. And there you go, full TP on that trade right there, guys. So I'm at break even for the day.
Target filled.
Target filled. Break even for the day on that one. And it's probably going to hit the 30, but this sweep took like way too long. Took way too long on that one. Yeah, so I got out right there at the 25. I was gonna hold till the 30, but the sweep here just it was going on for way too long right there. So I got it at 25. The ATR is pretty low right now. It's currently at 23. I am at break even for the day, so it's all good. Yeah, Sam said, yay, bro. Good one. Yeah. No, definitely. It's all good. So it said it's a toss up right now. I'm at break even for the day. I took a small loss on the first one, and then I took pretty much the win on the second one, break even. So I'm taking half risk right now, guys. I'm able to take two trades that will equal to my full risk. It's just the market today. It's not really as volatile as it was earlier this week. Earlier this week, we had a lot of good wins. We had we had like almost like 7 wins per day. So today, looking at the entries that came up, we had an MPSV2 full TP right here, MPSV2 full TP right there, sweep right here, stop loss, unfortunately, and then sweep over here, another full TP. So we have about one, two, three full TPs, and then one small stop loss. So I mean, pretty decent day so far overall. I mean, this level right here, I still have this level right here, but it's probably not going to get filled. So there you go. The 30 points looks like it would have hit, guys, if you guys held on to it longer. It just would have taken a long time for it to hit. The sweeps aren't supposed to take this long, right? Just like the MPSV2s. They're not supposed to take this long. They're supposed to hit right away. Unfortunately for this one over here, so looking at this sweep that I took earlier, this thing just got spiked up, right? We had this big green candle. Unfortunately, it's just, it's a form of unluckiness right there. But the second level of sweep right here did play out perfect. So it's just, like I said earlier, it kind of depends on your on your risk appetite. If you guys want to take the lower trades, I mean, feel free. If you want to take the higher trades, feel free. I like to take the outer limit trades. This here was like the outer limit. This was like double outer limit for this sweep right here because it was a little farther out. So yeah. Or it wasn't a little farther, it was a lot farther out from that point there. Um, but yeah, it's fine. I mean, what happens. This is why I say manage your risk properly and you should be fine on this right here. Nice. So Christian actually got into that one right there. He got in at 60 points or he got 600 on that trade. So nice work, Christian. Yeah, here are Christian's profits for the day. Christian locked in 600 off that trade. Nice work on catching that sweep, Christian. Christian said he was sweating. Yeah, I know, definitely. Shivam said, I think I like the ATR based TPs on the sweeps. Yeah, same here, Shivam. I think the ATR is more, it makes more sense because you're trying to get in and out very quickly. It's a quick little spike in price. So I do agree that ATR is going to be like where your TP should be at. ATR right now is at 23, so your TP should probably be 20 or 25, somewhere in between that. There's no other sweeps here in this current area, but we'll continue looking for opportunities. Steven's asking if the breakout hit today. Let me check. Breakout for today, I don't think it hit because it was same. It was a buy. Yeah, no, it didn't hit for today, unfortunately. No, it didn't. So for this week, breakout hit every day except today. So I think 3 wins, 1 loss for the breakout this week. Last week, same thing. We had 4 wins, 1 loss. And then breakout for the previous week, it was 5 wins, all wins for the week. So the breakouts have been on fire this whole week. Um, I mean, it's been pretty solid for that specific strategy. Oh, you made the right decision then, Steven. Steven said the desert has cast a spell on me. I know it was a quicksand, Steven. You should probably just stay out there at this point. You should just live in Dubai. It's probably your good luck charm. That's where you should be trading. I mean, 'cause you did pretty good this week. I mean, overall, or you've been doing pretty good lately, Steven. You've been doing pretty solid, I think, for the past month or so. You've been more consistent. You've been kind of sticking to the game plan, and you've been doing pretty well. All right, we got a sell signal here that just came up. I'm hoping to get into one more trade here, guys, so that I can kind of propel myself into profit for today. I'm at break even. I really don't have anything right now. It's just yeah, I'm literally at break even. So we'll see what happens here in a few. We currently have a sell momentum here. So if price pulls back lower, we may get a possible MPSV2 for a sell. The MPSV2 has been hitting today pretty nice, guys. So full TPs on both the MPSV2. The sweeps here haven't been as prevalent because we haven't seen like many levels get hit here. It's just the market that we're currently in. We're more of a directional market today than we are sideways as we've been for the past couple days. So I mean, there's levels here that are starting to establish, but not really any good sweep areas. So looks like we might be going into a range right here, actually. So it looks like we might be going into a range right here. Let me see if there's any adjustments to the market profile. See, here's the weird thing. Like the market profile should be adjusting every 30 minutes. We haven't really had much of an adjustment here. Price has kind of been in this area, I mean, pretty much all day. My market profile is based off the 30-minute time frame. So every time 30 minutes closes, like for example, we had the 7 o'clock candle close and then the 7:30 candle close, I was expecting the value high here to adjust up a little bit, right? But it didn't. So, and we're just in a mess, guys. Like if you look at the market here, so look at the market profile from Monday, right? This was perfect right here. Market profile was just going back and forth between the value high and the value low. That's how it's supposed to be, right? So like Monday was perfect, bunch of entries right there, and then same over here with Tuesday, right? Price respected the market profile. So like a lot of these sweeps were killing it on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, we start to get like this crazy market movement, right? We start to get like this big push to the upside. We get this big consolidation and drop right back down yesterday. It's just the market, guys. Like, right, like the market's always going to be kind of changing a little bit, so you have to adapt with the market. Like Monday, Tuesday were great for liquidity sweeps. Today seems like it's a great day for MPS V2s. The good thing is that we have two different strategies that kind of they mesh well together. So like for example, if we get a sideways market like this right now, then the sweeps are going to be perfect, right? We can possibly catch a sweep from down here. Price may come up, come down, sweep, pull back into the range. Great. We'll take that for a liquidity sweep. If market continues to climb lower, then the MPS V2s will help a lot more. So it just right now the market seems like it's good for MPS V2s. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay that way for the entire day. We had two MPS V2s here hit. We have a 1-in-1 liquidity sweep hit, one loss. So we just have to kind of play by ear and see how the market here starts to move. The thing that I would be concerned about is the ATR. So you can see over here the ATR is starting to slow down a little bit, right? We were currently at like 30 ATR. We're now at 21 ATR. So this means that the volatility here is starting to slow down. And with volatility slowing down, it's going to be hard to take either entry, right? And PSV2 is going to be hard because we're getting a sideways market. Liquidity is going to be hard because you're going to get stuff like this. Like this is a sweep that took very, very long, right? This sweep took way too long. Uh, so what we might get here, we have an MPSV2 actually running right now, guys. It's currently at the sessions. So I wouldn't take this trade here for me personally. If you guys want to take it, I'd consider it a risky trade because the red flags still apply for the MPSV2. So the MPSV2 just came up right here. We had a buy signal, retracement, confirmation. Currently running right now. So it's currently running. The entry would have happened on this candle right here. Yeah, currently running, and then we'll see what happens here in a few. Let's see. Barack said it's done inducing sellers. Maybe uh, time to take them out on the stop losses above. Yeah, possibly. Possibly if it comes up here and it grabs liquidity from that point, may come and grab liquidity, stop them out. I'm gonna take this off. I don't want you guys to think I'm in the position. I wouldn't take a position here for MPSV2 because of the session. It was right at the sessions right here. Let's check out your stats so far, Shivam. Let's see. So Shivam stats so far. Shivam said slow and steady, but big improvement, lower risk. Yeah, no, definitely. Solid profits right there, bro. I mean, the key thing is closing out the weeks in the green, right? The days in the green and the weeks in the green. If you can do that, you can consistently close out the weeks in the green. I mean, you're going to be solid. And you just got to be realistic with yourself, right? So this is good that you have the calendar here because you're able to be realistic. You can see it on a bigger picture. You're not just looking at what you're doing for the day. You're looking at what you're doing for the week, for the month, for the year, etc. So solid work right there, Shivam, on um on coming right back and improving. The thing is, like a lot of people, you just don't want to get caught in a hole, right? Or in a slump or in a rut. I think that's the hardest part. When you guys start to get caught in a rut, like looking over here at Shavam's stats, this is what happens with a lot of people. Like so, Shavam had an okay week, first week of May. He had a bad week right here, second week. This will like destroy people, right? A lot of times this will destroy someone. And then once you have like another red week, this is where it really starts to mess with your head because at this point you're like you don't care anymore. You kind of just or like if I blow my account, I blow my account. If I bring it back, I bring it back. Shivam over here, he started to take things a little slower, lowered his risk, and then right here he started to bounce back, right? And then for this week, he bounced back for sure. So you guys got to think about it as a long game. You got to understand that you're gonna have bad weeks, you're gonna have good weeks. You can't let the good weeks get you too excited, and you can't have the bad weeks bring you down too far. Because once you get in that downward spiral and you start to revenge trade, overtrade, start taking dumb trades that aren't even there, um, that's when you start to blow accounts. So that's the thing with trading, guys. Like, some weeks are gonna be good, some weeks are gonna be bad. This week was actually pretty good overall. I just didn't get into any trades like earlier this week because of the a couple of trades I just missed. Like I took off my pending order, and then some of the other trades I just they just didn't get filled because I was looking for the outer limits. But overall, it's been pretty good with the stats. I mean, the MPS V2's been hitting pretty much every day, and then also the sweeps. So it looks like the MPS V2 here might still be running. Let me see if it's still up. Yeah. So the MPS V2 here is still running, guys, for the buy. We had the buy signal, retracement, confirmation. Trade's been running right here. We'll see here if this hits. So what might happen here is this might hit and it might sweep this upper level. So it might hit TP, sweep this level, and come back down. The ATR is 20 right now, so you probably want to go for the ATR. I think this might have hit for 20 points already. Not quite, almost there, but not quite. All right, the volatility here is pretty low. Let me take this back off. I want you guys to think I'm in it. There's an MPS V2 running right here, guys, but it's not one that I would take because it was right at the sessions right here. So there's one that is running right there, but I'm not in it, so I don't want to leave it up there to make you guys think or to have you guys assume that I'm in the position because I wouldn't take any MPS V2s at the red flags. Sweeps are okay. I'll take sweeps at red flags, but not MPS V2s. You guys can see here, not much is going on. Price is going back and forth. Yeah, it's a little slow right now. It is pretty slow right now. Yeah, Sam said he's expecting a retracement. Me too, but it might just like sit at this area. It's been ranging for about like 20 minutes now, it looks like, if not longer. So we've been in this consolidation range right here for quite some time. I can mark up a range here at this point because it's been going for a while. Yeah, it's a pretty long consolidation range. It's been going for about 30 minutes now. 30-minute consolidation range. All right, so we're just gonna wait. All right, Shivam, have a good weekend. Yeah, so Shivam's done for the day and for the week. We'll see you back here on Monday, Shivam. Still looking for something here to happen, but we'll see.
True Filipinos can hate.
All right, we have a possible MPS V2 setting up for a sell. Problem with this here is that we have another sessions down here, guys. So it wouldn't really make a difference. Like it's red flags from the upside or red flags from the downside. It doesn't really matter. Neither of these entries would be uh, anything that I'd be looking to take. All right, we got price pushing back up. I think the MPS V2 from earlier is still running, guys. The MPS V2 for the sell here never came up. Let me mark it up again over here. Yeah, the MPS V2 for a buy here, it's still currently running. I'm not in the position, but it's currently running still. The ATR is below 20, so I'd probably go for 2020 instead of 3030 on this one. It's about a hit right there for 20 points. Not there yet, almost. Put it back later, guys. I don't want you guys to hop in randomly because you think I'm in the position. The volatility here has pretty much died out. ATR is currently at 19, below 20. Price has been going sideways right here within this range for about over 30 minutes now. Guess we'll see what happens next. All right, looks like the 20 points might have gotten hit right there, guys. Let's see. Steven's done for the day. Christian said done for the day. Don't want to risk my profit and good week. Yeah, definitely, Christian. If you're good, I would just wrap it up. Um, I mean, I'm still at break even, so I'm doing fine. I'm in profit for the month, so I'm not really too worried about today. If I get something great, I'll get it, take it. But again, I'm not going to force anything here. All right, I think the 20 points got hit, guys. Yeah, I did. So 20 points right here got hit for this MPSV2. That one's pretty much done with. I didn't take the trade because it was right at the sessions. Price is still stuck within this range, so nothing's really happening here. Price has been within the range for about 40 minutes now. Not really too much there. There's no, I mean, there's levels for sweeps here, but I mean, there's not really too much to work with. Um, because price is just consolidating right here. Like even in a strong consolidation like this, you don't even want to look at sweeps, really. You guys can see how messy the market is right here. Um, just in general, price is starting to squeeze. So we're starting to get a bit of a squeeze here as price gets tighter and tighter. And this will just prepare for a possible breakout, to the upside or to the downside. Just something to keep in mind. But yeah, I'm not taking any trades in this area because we're still in this whole red flag area. So either way, the um I mean either way, if we take a buy here, it's gonna be right at the sessions. If you take a sell, it's gonna be right at the sessions. So it's just it's just waiting to get out of this specific area. All right, we got another sell signal here, but I mean again, I wouldn't take an MPSV2 here. I wouldn't even take any sweeps here on this area right now because there's no confluences with regard to I mean these sweep areas. So let me go ahead and take a look at the market profile. Again, this is like unusual to me because there hasn't really been too much adjustment. The value high is still down here. It's at 260. So either way, we would need to see some sort of liquidity down here for the sweeps. Looking over here at the point of control, price is way too far. We're not really expecting much to happen there. Point of control will be around the same area, 230. Yeah, it's literally at that point. And the value low over here is at the 180. I don't even know where the value low is anymore. Okay, right here. All right, we got price coming back down. Let's see if there's going to be opportunities for entry down here. That obviously I wouldn't take these sweeps. These would be liquidity push zones, not specifically sweeps. The sweep would have to happen down here, but there's no liquidity around this area. So what you can look for if you're looking to take entries around these points is, let me clean this up a little bit. The sweep could possibly happen down here. I mean, I still have my lower sweeps right here. It's never going to get filled, but this was my lower sweep down here. So this would be a possible opportunity for sweep if anybody's looking to take it. It'd be right here at the 42, 245, possibly. Right. Let's see if price comes down to this point. Um, these would be more like liquidity pushes, not liquidity sweeps, because there's no confluences around those areas. So price did push past this area. If you are familiar with liquidity sweep or liquidity push, this would be like a smaller move right there. So just make sure that you guys understand the differences between a push and a sweep. A push is when price pushes past the liquidity and it goes to the next level. A sweep is going to be when price rejects directly off that level, which is going to possibly be right here. We have a confluence right here, which is a value high. So price may bounce off the value high. Ideally, price will come down and grab liquidity right here and bounce off this point and then pull back into the range if that would be the case. But I mean, I personally wouldn't really take sweeps around this area here right now. What I would look for personally, see price might be pulling back into my lower range right here. I'll extend this out a little bit. So what I would be looking for here is I'd be looking for a break and retest, or I'd look for price to break below here, create a new high, and then come back down lower. This is kind of what I would be looking for the most part. I'd look for liquidity to be established above this point, and then I'd look for that retest and then come back down lower. So right here, this is kind of, I'll kind of draw out here what I'm looking for. So what I want to see here is I want to see price come down, establish a high right here at some point, come back lower, retest it for a double top, and then come back down from there. You guys see what I mean right here? So I'd like price to come down a little bit below or around the value high, because what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a top rejection. So I'd like price to come below, establish a high here, come back down, come back for the retest, and then I get in for that double top point, right? That's what I'm looking for. There's a possible MPS V2 setting up right here, but again, it's going to be right at the red flag. So you already know the deal with that. Not going to be an area that I'm looking to trade in. Sell signal, retracement. You need to get a red candle here to confirm the push to the downside. All right, Barack is all done for the day. We'll see you back here on Monday, Barack. Yeah, we'll be trading on Monday. I don't think there's a holiday, so we should be good. All right, let's see if this here sets up for what I was looking for. All right, there's a sell MPS running, but it's like literally on the sessions right there, guys. So obviously not one that I'd recommend you guys take again. It's so we had a sell signal, a retracement confirmation right there, but it's right on that purple line, which is the sessions. What I'm looking for here is, let me clean this up a little bit, get off. I think this is a little too high. So what I was looking for here is I was looking for price to come below, come back up, come below, come back up for a double top, and then come back down lower, right? So I was looking for this to establish, which it did. It established a high right here. And then I was looking for this here to retest it again for a sweep. So there goes the MPS V2 right there. It's currently running, not in the position, but MPS V2. Looks like the MPS V2 has been doing pretty good today overall. I mean, it's been hitting. Yeah, that's about a hit right there. Full TP on that MPS V2. Again, as much as I would have liked to take it, I wouldn't have taken it because it was right at the sessions right there. But full TP right there on that one. So Barack actually took that trade, got his full TP, and he's done. Nice work, Barack. So let's take a look at the stats for today. We got about one, two, three, four MPS V2s for the day and two liquidity sweeps. So we had for the day so far. Nice. Sam caught it as well. Nice work on catching that, Sam. I mean, my setup here is setting up. It's just not kind of where I wanted it to be. So there's a possible sweep right here. Looks like a sweep happened at this level. Like I said, it's kind of tricky for the sweeps here because I mean the confluence is right here, but it's tricky to see like where you want to take the sweep from because usually like so for example, we have the sweep that's currently running right now. Um, you probably want to go for lower 20 points because the ATR is 20. Looks like the sweep actually already got hit. It filled it, went straight to TP. The problem is we're using these lines here as confluence, right? We're using the market profile as confluence. Typically for the value high, you want to look for price to come down from there. Like you want the sweeps to happen from the upside. And then for the value lows, you want to see the sweeps happen from the downside. The point of control is a little different. Point of control, you can take sweeps from either direction. You know, price push up, sweep down, look for price to come down, sweep back up. That's fine. But with the value highs and the value lows, you kind of want to take sells in specific. So even though there was a sweep right here, I probably wouldn't have taken that sweep because it would have gone against, you know, the direction of the value high. So let's see. Sam is asking 42 192 sweep, not taking it. But what do you think, Sean? Let's see. 42 192. Let's see. 41 40 42 192. Yeah, no, that could be a good sweep area. So we have the value low right here. I don't have a sweeper on that area. My sweep is actually a little higher. It's at 42 196. So there's a possible sweep area for me that I can see right here. It's close to yours. Yours is probably at a better price because I want it to be as close to the value low as possible down here. Yeah, I want it as close as possible to the value low right here. So yeah, if you have a sweep around that area, I could see that happening. I might even take a sweep a little lower right here at the 180. I know there's no liquidity here, but I could possibly see the sweep happen at the value low because this value low hasn't been tested in, yeah, it has been tested for a long time since like 6:30 since market open. The problem is we're really close to market close. It's 7:54 right now, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get anything. It's getting pretty late. Yeah, as much as I'd like to take it, it's not gonna play well here, it looks like. All right, let's see. We're getting close to opening price. Basically, prices are tracing back down to the opening price right here. Again, there's possible sweep areas from this point, but yeah, I don't know. It's a little tricky. It's obviously a little tricky right here. Yeah, Sam said, yeah, cool. Got one win today. Let's keep it and end the month. Yeah, I'm still in profit for the month, guys, so I'm not really inclined to force anything here. But I mean, ideally, I of course wanted to take one more trade, but it's okay. I'll show you guys my stats for the day. I'm currently at, and you guys will see. Today's the only day I traded this week, surprisingly. I'm at break even. I'm like slightly in profit, but not really very much. Thanks to my half risk. And my first sweep earlier got me in actually at because I got in at market. He got me in at a better price, so I didn't really lose as much because of the slippage. All right, so we got price pushing back up right here. Let's see that double top that I was looking at earlier. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, guys, there's a possible sweep that may happen right here. I mean, it's a tricky sweep area though. It's not like a really good one, I don't think. But this could be a possible sweep right here. Is that double top that I was talking about earlier? Because I want price to be below the value low right here or the value high. So I'm looking for price that came down, established a high point right there. Price came back down for fake out, pull back up right here, and I'd look for a price to possibly fake out again right there and pull right back down below. So yeah, another possible sweep area right there. So it goes back into the range. If you guys are looking to take this sweep, sweep entry is going to be around 42, 291. It's getting close to 8 o'clock though, so might not even happen. Looks like it's sweeping off the sessions right there actually. So didn't get all the way to the actual liquidity area, but it did sweep right here from the sessions. I mean, same, right? This is exactly what I was looking for. So this is the pattern that I mentioned earlier. It did exactly that. Price came down, came below here, established a high, came below the value high, faked out, and then came back below. So like I said before, guys, for these value high here, I'm looking for the rejections off these points here. So I'm looking for price to come up and reject off this point, or for the green right here, I'm looking for price to come down here, reject off this, and push back up. That is, I mean, for the most part, what I've been looking for and I've been identifying and following. Ah, man, these last 2 days are like not super great. I was super excited for like Tuesday, Wednesday because those days were pretty good. Thursday, Friday were just kind of, I feel like today and yesterday were more of a toss up. There's a possible sell right here for, let's see, A plus plus. Yeah, so um, Sam over here mentioned A plus plus entry. Mm, yeah, you're right actually. So we had MPS V2 here, engulfing, and then engulfing right there. So this is an A plus plus that's currently running right now. Not sure if you got into it, Sam, but yeah, that's a thanks for identifying that. I didn't even see this one right here. That's why I thought this was gonna be the first one, but this was the actual second one. So this is an A plus plus running. Obviously, you probably want to go for the ATR, which would be around like 22. I mean, it's probably gonna hit 30. But if you went for the 20 or 25, it probably would have hit already. Nice. Sam actually got it for 15. Nice work, Sam. Getting into that one there. Yeah, you want to go based off the ATR, guys. So I think 25 would have worked on this one. 30 is kind of pushing it. Let's see, breaking news from Trump. Trump says China has totally violated agreement with US on tariffs. Yeah, kind of no surprise there. And no surprise there. And of course, the tariff news is going to go a little crazy. So it says Donald Trump said China has violated a preliminary trade agreement with the US. So much for being Mr. Nice Guy, Trump wrote on social media post that said China had reengaged uh, deal to pause retaliatory tariffs between the country and the US. It's a circus, guys. You know, it's really a circus we're living in right now. With there's just no consistency with what's going on, and we just gotta deal with it. It's just, it's Trump. So no other entries here right now. I'm trying to update my trader sync right now. It's taking a really long time. I'm not sure if it's frozen again, but I'm trying to update my trader sync before we get off this live so I can show you guys my stats for the month and for the year. But it looks like it's starting to get some kickback right now. It's tempting and it's taking a long time. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see, Samson, now closing my day. Really, really, like really, or I FOMO the liquidity sweep. Yeah, I don't see, well, here's the thing. I'd be looking for the sweep too, but I don't think price is going to push up and sweep this area, at least not anytime soon. It's already 8 o'clock right now, so I mean, it's basically time. Still trying to sync my trader sync, but it's taking a long time. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hop into the chat. Christian over here did pretty good. It looks like he took another trade. Sorry, Christian, I just saw your post right now and you killed it. Yeah, I did pretty good. So some more profits over here from Christian. And then we got Narita over here with some profits too. So over here, Christian locked in 555 on the first one, 600 on the second. And then we got Narita over here. He locked in pretty great profit right here, about a 792 per account here, 812 on these accounts, 3,875 on these accounts. And then of course down here, 739 and 819. So great day overall for you guys. Had a break even, so I'm okay. Trying to update my stats, but it's just not really updating right now. It's still in this attempting phase. Let's see. Nick said having a weird issue with placing market orders where it says there is a buy stop. Let's see. TP. All right, yeah, I'm not really seeing too much here, guys. Um, I gotta reconnect my Apex again. All right, I'm trying to copy my or sync my trades to my trader sync right now, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll try to hang out for a little bit longer. I'm just waiting for my trader sync to update. I got an error, so I got to re-upload it again. Looks like it's starting to update again right here. All right, my Apex accounts are updating again. This thing takes forever. Usually it doesn't take this long for my trades to sync. I think it's been a while since I synced though. All right, no movement here. Price is still ranging within this area. ATR is below 20. Price is sitting at the point of control. Damn, I just realized there was a sweep right here. I don't know if anybody caught that sweep. The sweep happened right at the liquidity right here where the point of control was. I didn't realize there was a liquidity right there. Yeah, no, definitely Christian. I just got a Blackstone girl. I'm about to make the dog steaks today, so you'll probably see them posted later on Kai's page. Andrew said, "What did Apex say about the weird trade issue that happened the other week?" They said it was some sort of technical issue, and they just took it off. So they just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened with it, but it doesn't show up. Well, maybe that's why it's having problems with my broker sync, because maybe the trade was on there and now it's not. But yeah, they ended up just giving it to me, so I didn't end up taking a loss on that day, thankfully. I know it was a weird issue. Last week or I don't know if it was last week or the week before, I had a bunch of technical issues, like the trades would close early or they close late, or something happened, and I sent it over to Apex and they actually fixed it. So thankfully, it was resolved. I think that might be the issue with my broker sync right now because I'm trying to sync my trades over to my trader sync, but I think because the orders were removed from my Apex, this is why it keeps giving me it's not giving me an error, it's just it takes forever to load up and it reformats everything. But it's okay. I'm not really expecting much here, so if I don't have anything here, I'm completely fine. I'll just have to update I'll have to update the stats later today once I can get this uploaded. All right, guys. I don't think there's gonna be much here for me. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. So Sam said, Sean, please check how many session sweeps would have worked today. Yeah, let's take a look. So let's just take a look at that. I don't think there's any other sweeps happening today. So I mean, there's a sweep right here, possibly on this value high. Price comes back down. Looks like this may be a pretty nice sweep. Price. So here's the thing. I think price is going to keep dropping, and you can keep looking for these break and retest off the value high here. Let me see if the value high adjusted at all. 260. No, it's still at 260. So it actually played out perfect right there. So there's new sweep areas that are starting to set up right here. We have a sweep area that yeah, because this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. So I said earlier I wanted price to come over here, establish a high, sweep it, come back up, and then sweep it again right there. So I think price is in a downwards spiral. It's starting to come down, like we're in a downwards trend now. So I'm looking for like a lot of these break and retests to happen around the top area. So like these sweeps over here, I'm looking for sweeps to just keep kind of retesting or like retesting the value high. But let's take a look at the sessions like Sam mentioned. So looking over here, there's a sweep that happened right here off the sessions. It was a small sweep, so depending on like how far you were looking to push, this one here might have worked, might have not worked. I think if you went for, I don't know what the ATR was here at this time at 7 o'clock, but it looks like it pushed down at least 15 points. So I don't know if that was like something that would have been taken. Let me just hide all my drawings real quick. So there's a sweep here, a small sweep that would have filled. There's a bigger sweep right here that would have filled. This is the one that I took for that sell, and I hit my TP. Another sweep right there. Another sweep right there. Another sweep right there. So we'll say maybe like one, two, one that maybe would have worked. One, two, three, four. That worked right here. And then price pulled below. Depending on where you were looking for the sweep, I would have looked for sells. So price would have retraced up right here, sweep right there, sweep right there, sweep right there. So like we'll say one, two, three, four, one, two, three, four, five, six. We'll say about like maybe 7 or 8 sweeps here. This one over here might have hit stop loss, depending on what your TP stop loss would be. All of the 30s here would have hit like basically 4 back-to-backs on this green line. And then for this purple here, I wouldn't take the sweep from the bottom end. I would take the sweep as it broke and retest. So as it broke below and retested, there was a sweep right here. So one, two. So basically 6 sweeps here. Sit 4 up here, 2 down here, and then 1 right here. This one looks like the only one that wouldn't have hit, like it would have been a stop loss basically. But if you would have caught the sweep right here on the purple, so this is where it's like it kind of just depends on where you're looking for the sweeps. If you're looking for sweeps here for the sell or for the buy, this sweep would have lost, but this sweep would have won. So you can see over here, this sweep would have maybe if it was less than 15 points would have lost. But if you caught the break and retest right here, where price broke above, retested and swept right here, that would have won, and this would have won, one, etc. And these over here. So there's actually a pretty good amount of sweeps here that would have happened, Sam, with regard to the sessions. I used to use the sessions a lot for sweeps, but I just kind of stopped using it for a while. Um, but I mean they work pretty well. So again, right here, guys, another sweep happened, 30 points for the sweep off the value high. This could be another possible sweep right here if anybody's looking to take it off the liquidity right there. The only problem here, like the main problem is the volume is so low, 19 ATR. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna call it. The my trader sync is just taking way too long. It shouldn't take this long to upload all of my Apex trades. I mean, I do have a lot of accounts, but it doesn't take usually does not take this long. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Today was a break even for me, guys. So break even week for me, but profitable month overall. Once my trader sync is done, I'll post up my stats for the month and whatnot. But I am closing the month of May in profit. We had a little bit of a rocky month earlier in the month, but we picked back up towards the end. So it's all good. I mean, April and May were kind of a toss up for the most part with all the tariff news and stuff going on. But for the most part, did pretty good. Yeah, Andrew said, "Oh, they took the trade off. That's a win." I'm surprised. Prop firms rarely do that. Yeah, I know. I was surprised too. I was willing to take the loss on that trade because Apex is pretty that they're pretty strict on a lot of things, but I've been with Apex for so long and I think they understand that like I've been trading consistently. So if something like that happens, it's usually not my fault, right? So I'll take the win on that. I'm not gonna question them about the trade, but yeah, I'm glad they gave it to me. It was only one trade, so it wasn't really anything big. It was one trade and it was one day. So I think if it was like if it happened like multiple times, they wouldn't have done anything. But because it happened once and it was like a very distinct time when it happened, plus I had the recording, I think that's the thing that helped most. I record all my live sessions, so I sent them the video, and they're like, okay, yeah, there was something weird that happened there. So. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. If you guys have recordings of your live sessions and if you ever have problems with your trades, you can always just send over the video to know that you're not lying. I think that's the biggest thing. You have like basically live video showing that something happened and it was out of your control. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day and for the week. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Otherwise, it was a great week overall, even though I only took, X amount of trades, but overall it was great. And I think this is it for this week. So, all right, guys, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys back.